Welcome back to video number 2, our palate cleanser for Saturday morning. Of course, there's a lot going on with the Royals as usual. Busy, busy, busy. Let's jump in and cover it, shall we? Let's go. We're going to start off with the news that Windsor Castle has decided to go ahead and decorate for Christmas. We're talking 20-foot high fir trees in St. George's Hall, taken from Great Windsor Park. In the Crimson Drawing Room, one of the most elaborate semi-state rooms, huge Christmas tree. For the first time, especially made Christmas decorations are added to tiny rooms in Queen Mary's doll house. It just looks like it's going to be gorgeous. Good for them. All right, moving on. Next up, Princess Beatrice was spotted out and about because her husband, Edoardo Mapelli Mosey, I hope I said that right, recently opened a new gallery. Looking good. Moving on. Next up, I know he's not a working royal, but let's look at Prince Andrew anyway. I've told you guys before that Andrew has priceless items from the royal collection in the Great Lodge, and he's lost his security. And so they're saying that nobody can be confident that the place is safe. And so it's being reported that Prince Charles is going to go in and they're going to start taking paintings and some of the furniture away, things that are, irreplaceable. That Charles is very conscious that, the Royal Lodge is not entirely in his gift. It's a Crown Estate property, and the Crown Estate answers to the government. And, there's stuff in there that shouldn't be in there unprotected. So, yeah, apparently, since Andrew can't, cover the $4 million worth of personal security, the stuff has to go. All right, moving on. Let's move on to King Charles. This is pretty cool. He held a reception to celebrate an initiative working to create a nature-first economy. So the Circular Bioeconomy Alliance, the chief executive, his name is Mark Palate, said that the king was a visionary who wants action, that they've been creating an economy developed at the expense of nature and climate, and now we've reached a tipping point, and we need to move forward with an economy that prospers in harmony with nature, which has been the vision of King Charles. That is absolutely true. King Charles has had a long-standing support of organic farming. He has been calling for an end to plastic pollution. He was doing it before it was even in style. You guys know what I'm talking about. People used to make fun of him for his, approach to helping the planet. But now, come to find out, he's a visionary. Now, the king had a traditional Maori greeting, and this young lady said that the CBA was brought together to include fashion houses and banks, and the idea is to act as a bridge between science and indigenous knowledge, between technology and traditions. Now, this greeting that they had, she's from New Zealand. She said it was important, and she showed up in the spirit of reconciliation, friendship, and unity. Obviously, she doesn't agree with what that woman did. We all already know about that. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. Before this reception, the king met trustees and founders in the throne room at St. James Palace. But one of the nicest things was a series of pictures of his mother, of the king's mother, that was presented to the king. It was a book to celebrate, her life. Let's move on now to Secret Weapon Sophie, who on the 21st was in Birmingham on behalf of King Charles because it was marking 50 years since 2 fatal pub bombings. I had no idea. The 2 bombs were detonated in 2, I guess pub is the word for bar, the Mulberry Bush and the Tavern. It killed 21 people and injured another 220. Sophie, of course, got up to the microphone to give a speech, but the speech was written by the king. She read it, but it was his speech. Now, a year after the 1974 bombings, 6 men who became known as the Birmingham Six were convicted of murder and jailed for life, due to the bombing. But the evidence against them was discredited, and they were freed on appeal in 1991. The IRA, it's being said in these articles, never admitted responsibility, but they are widely believed to have been behind the attacks. King Charles said that Birmingham was a wonderful city, and he sent his best wishes to everybody affected by the event. A big thank you to Remoulade Sauce for showing us what Sophie was wearing. Let's move on. Let's move on now to Queen Camilla, who also on the 21st held a reception at Buckingham Palace, and pop royalty was present. Interesting. Former Spice Girl Jerry Horner made an appearance at the event. They had just joined forces to highlight some of the Commonwealth's most talented young writers. So this whole thing was going on because Camilla was announcing the winners of this year's The Queen's Commonwealth Essay Competition. This senior winner, just so you know, was 15-year-old Evangeline Khoo from Kuala Lumpur, and Erin Liu, 13, from Malaysia, was the junior winner. Very interesting, you guys. They had a record-breaking amount of entries, 35,000 entries from 54 Commonwealth countries, including 11 from Samoa, over 200 from Australia. Unbelievable. Now, Camilla, of course, stood up, gave a speech, and said some really nice things about the winners, saying that, quote, "Your readers are taken on amazing journeys with you across the Commonwealth, from Gambia to Grenada, from Bangladesh to Botswana, from Malta to Malaysia. You make us part of your story." I love that. Congratulations to all of the winners. I think that's lovely. All right, sticking with Queen Camilla, a large structure, 6 feet tall, was revealed on Thursday night, one day after Queen Camilla received recognition for her promotion of literature. Remember, she got the award from Princess Anne, the honorary doctorate. Anyway, she unveiled a new 6-foot book structure in London as part of a new campaign for the Queen's Reading Room. The giant book installation is named A Kensington Christmas Story, Read, Celebrate, and Share the Joy of Reading, and it's on Kensington High Street. The structure is a book donation drop-off point. That's pretty cool. The novels are going to be used by Friends of Chelsea and Westminster Hospital Library, which operates a library and book trolley service for the hospital's patients and staff. And this marks the first ever physical activation carried out by the charity, which aims to eventually open another book drop initiative in different areas of the UK. The structure sits beside the flower stand at St. Mary's Abbot Church and should be easily visible for anybody who's walking up. Good for Camilla. I think this is going to be a really good thing. All right, you guys, hit the like and the subscribe button and the bell for all notifications. Put those comments down, make them good. And don't forget to go down into the description box where you'll find the links to my Twitter, my Gettr, my Rumble, my email, my Patreon, which is currently paused, my Amazon wish list, and my physical address. For those of you who've donated to my coffee fund, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.